Cupcakes the Musical Act 1, Part 2. Exterior of the library mansion. Applejack wanders the streets of Ponyville, crunching on an apple that doesn't seem to be in the best condition. She tosses the rest into a waste-bin and looks at her map. Ponies pass by, but above the hustle and bustle the most beautiful singing she's ever heard floats down to her. She looks up to see a young yellow Pegasus staring out of a library window, obscured by bars. Clasps hold down her wings and prevent her from escaping. Despite her captivity, she is surrounded by critters and nuzzles her gently. Applejack: "Well, golly." Fluttershy:
"White bunny, hummingbird, little mouse, bluebird, why stay here with me? How can you willingly hide inside these walls, never to be free? Outside is nature, beckoning, beckoning. Outside is this window. Why remain my friends, even when you tend to have no place to go? Why stay here with me, my friends? Why stay here with me? White bunny, hummingbird, little mouse, bluebird, why stay here with me? Is it out of kindness to cheer me up? Trying to be helpful or just suck-ups? Are you cheery or weary? Or simply crazy? Are you alert or are you lazy? Robin and mockingbird, are you waiting, hoping to be found? Is that why, without word, you're accommodating, being pushed around? Inside these lonely halls, few friends have I. Some creatures are kind, most are worrying. Although I feel hated by these poor critters, I'll help them to be less bitter. White bunny, hummingbird, little mouse, bluebird, why stay here with me? I think because you're kind, you shan't leave."
Applejack stands transfixed before the window. Finally regaining her senses, she begins to sing. Applejack: "All across Equestria I've seen wonders, from the Appaloosa Plains to the gems of Dragon Cave. But not even in Ponyville have I seen such a huge house." She looks up at the window at Fluttershy, begins feeding her animal friends seeds and scraps of bread. Applejack: "Lady, look over here, oh. Throw some money down to me, oh. Favor me with your cash, oh miss. Why do you stare and sing, bask in such bling, oh? Won't you give me some bits? Who'd go to the plains in search of gold, when in Library Lane is just treasure laying around? Oh miss, look at you, yellow, almost like me, oh. Look at you looking so rich but sad. Promise not to go back into your mansion, into your splendor. Not till you talk to me, talk to." Applejack, Fluttershy: "Me."
White bunny, hummingbird,
"Talk to."
little mouse, bluebird,
"Me."
why stay here with me?
Fluttershy:
If you truly care.
Applejack, Fluttershy: "Talk to me."
Help me leave.
Fluttershy, having wondered where the singing was coming from, finally looks down. Applejack gives a wave and Fluttershy gives a squeak before ducking below the window-sill. The animals also scatter. She slowly peeks up and blinks several times at Applejack before a door opens behind her. She turns away in fear and glances desperately to Applejack. Before Applejack can call out, Fluttershy moves away from the window and is gone. The crazy old beggar pony from before re-enters. Derpy Hoofs: "Bits for a miserable filly." Derpy Hoofs, noticing Applejack, she points to her.
"Say, don't I know you, miss? Well, derp me, it's you, miss."
Applejack gives her a bit.
Thank you kindly."
Applejack: "Just a moment, ma'am. D'ye know who owns this here mansion?" Derpy Hoofs, suddenly nervous:
That's
what used to be the library round here. Belongs to the judge and wizard Twilight Sparkle now. Applejack. And the sweet Pegasus with the clasp on her wings? Derpy Hoofs. Ah, her? That's Fluttershy, Judge Sparkle's ward. But don't go messin' round there, else it'll be the dungeon for ya, or perhaps exile, or the moon, cackles crazily. Derpy Hoofs. Oi, cowgirl, how about a little pastry, a muffin or 2 or 3? They're all mighty tasty. Applejack. Off with yer, shoo! The beggar cackles once again and turns away. She slowly makes her way off stage. Derpy Hoofs. Bits, bits for a pitiful pony. Applejack shakes her head and makes her way to a bench, where a turquoise unicorn is sitting in a rather unusual position. Lyra. So, you new around here? Applejack simply stares at the window. Lyra. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. She gets up and exits as a shadow figure appears by the window again. Applejack. I see you, Fluttershy, I see you. I nearly believed that you were a rich snob like most, but now I see that you are nothing like them. Fluttershy, I'll save you, Fluttershy, I'll save you. The figure disappears, and after a few moments the mansion's doors swing open. By now the streets are empty. Applejack stands up, hoping to see Fluttershy, but the imposing figure of Twilight Sparkle appears instead. Her cruel, convincing behavior seen earlier is gone, replaced by simple friendliness. Twilight Sparkle. It's awfully cold out here. Would you like to come inside? Quite unsure, Applejack steps inside, and the doors close. Library, mansion interior. Twilight Sparkle leads Applejack into a large hall consisting of many books. It appears the library had enormous extensions over the years. Doors, stairs, and corridors spiral off in every direction. In the middle of the room is a large meeting table with books stacked high. Twilight Sparkle. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the orchard. Some things just fade away with time, you know. Applejack. It's all right. My family can't be too far away. I accept I'll see 'em again. Twilight Sparkle. Yes, well, would you care to sit? Applejack sits as Twilight pours 2 cups of apple cider. Ponyville's changed so much these past few years, I almost don't recognize it. Rainbow Dash silently floats in behind Applejack. She sets herself next to her, frightening the Earth Pony somewhat. Twilight Sparkle. So, once a farmer, now a sailor. Quite a drastic change in profession. Applejack. Yes, well, I thought I'd see a bit more of the world before I settled down on a new farm. Twilight Sparkle gets up to examine some cookbooks. Right, but to become a good farmer, one must be a skilled cook. Would you say you are a good cook? Applejack, becoming more nervous. I beg your pardon? Twilight Sparkle. I have something of a sweet tooth, you see. I've spent years gathering as many candies and baked goods as possible, no matter who I have had to take it from. Botan rice candies of Japan, bonbons of Germany, sweet licorice from France, coffee candies of India, lollipops from Russia. I keep some locked away in a safe, and some recipes in my books, but it's not my only passion. Turns to Applejack. Friendship also happens to be something I care deeply about. Tell me, have you ever had a friend? Applejack laughs unenthusiastically. You betcha. Loads of friends. Yup, as far as the eye can see. Twilight Sparkle. Funny, because I've spent 15 years trying to study the magic of friendship for the princess, yet not once have I encountered any pony worthy of the title of friend, save one. And you would seek to steal her, wouldn't you? Rainbow Dash gets up from her chair and approaches the back of Applejack's chair. Applejack. Please, Judge Sparkle, I didn't... Twilight Sparkle angrily. I think you didn't think. Well, let me tell you what I think. If I ever see you on my street again, or even looking anywhere near Fluttershy, you'll regret the day your father bucked your mother. Applejack is frozen with fear at Twilight's cruel words, but she doesn't stop. Twilight Sparkle. Fluttershy is my friend, my companion, and no pony else's. She nods to Rainbow Dash, who easily lifts the terrified mare and files her out the back door. Applejack's mouth simply gapes in fear, unable to scream. Back alley behind the mansion. Rainbow Dash tosses Applejack into the alley, splashing mud and filthy water. She struggles to rise as Rainbow Dash flutters over confidently. Rainbow Dash: "If it's the orchard you're looking for, you'll find it right out this alleyway. Then there's a street that'll take you to the edge of town, right back there." Applejack turns and Rainbow kicks her in the back of the head, knocking her to the ground. Rainbow Dash falls back laughing, then gets back up. Rainbow Dash: "So you heard, Mrs. Sparkle," presses a hoof onto Applejack's neck. "Set one hoof near this place again, I won't be so nice." Puts on a pair of shades. "Deal with it." Returns to the mansion and slams the door shut. Applejack rises and sits down on a nearby barrel. She looks up at the mansion and thinks to herself, "I'll save you, Fluttershy. I'll save you. Do they think that clasps can hold you? Surely, you must have a strong will. I will wait outside here for you, ready to catch you in your pink mane." Struggles to rise and begins stumbling out of the alley. "I see you, Fluttershy, and some day I'll save you. Till I see you then, I'll keep you sane, ready to catch you in your pink mane." She gazes powerfully once again at Fluttershy's window, more resolved than ever before. The Ponyville marketplace. Pinkie Pie and Rarity push their way through the crowd. The sounds of shopkeepers shouting sales and shoppers shouting orders almost drown out their voices. Pinkie Pie:
"So you say she comes here every Thursday, you say?"
Rarity:
"Nay, Wednesday. It's Wednesday, Pinkie Pie."
Pinkie Pie:
"Oh, right."
They reach the center of the marketplace, where the largest crowd has gathered. A large wagon with a stage extension dominates the scene, with a large sign bearing the words, "The Great and Powerful Trixie, Personal Baker to Princess Celestia, Sorceress and Alchemist Extraordinaire," hangs overhead. Rarity:
"Now, Pinkie, you are absolutely sure you can take her on? She's famous."
Pinkie Pie:
"Without a doubt. No one of these ponies has truly lived until they've tried one of my baked goods."
Sees Rainbow Dash amongst the crowd.
"Nor the opposite."
Rarity:
"Hold on, Mrs. P. We can't be sure how good her memory is. What if she recognizes you?"
Pinkie Pie:
"No pony ever accomplished anything without a little risk."
Approaches Rainbow from behind. Before Pinkie can act, a baby dragon wearing a mask runs onto the stage from the wagon with a scroll in a hand. A fanfare strikes and moves quickly as he begins to speak. Spike: "Fillies and gentle colts, may I have your attention, please? You do look every morning through a cupboard that's bare, and feel that you could use a good bit of hair. Be you stallion or mare? Well, fillies and gentle colts, from now on snacking will be a breeze. Enjoying snacks will no longer be bore, for I have something magical and tasty in store. Gentle colts, you are about to see something that was empty space." Pulls off his mask, revealing a mustache. "On the front of my face." Twiddles the mustache for all to see. "Not even a month ago, gentle colts, I came down with the unheard-of disease. Not only was hunger a-fixing on me, the mustache I'd grown was nowhere I could see. I went to the doctors with only one plea. Help me please, the ladies. There was naught they could do, till my good friend came through, the great powerful Trixie, to you. Came up with a treat to erase all my shame, and restore what honor was once in my name. Like a flame, I'm no longer so tame." Winks at a mare in the crowd. "'Twas amazing, Trixie's magical cupcake. That's how I got my break." Pinkie swear. Pinkie Pie shouts, "Hey! You can get right aboard with the uptake, and never have to bake." For your mare, approaches a rather fat stallion. "How about a cupcake, mister? Only costs a single tiny bit." Spike, customers: "Go ahead and tuck, sir." "A bit for one cupcake, I don't know." "And it's quite sung, sir." "It's too high." Let's just go.
Spike. And does Trixie satisfy your hunger? Well, just I've sung, sir. You'll feel fit. Take just one bite, and in a little might, you'll feel that belt gets less tight, bit by bit. Even one bite makes everything all right. But just to be safe, sir, if you want it chock full, better buy a box full. See that lady, main so pretty, you can tell she's just used Trixie's. Customers.
Let me have a cupcake. Make that too.
Ponies begin swarming Spike, demanding more cupcakes. Frantically he hands them out as they toss more and more bits. Pinkie Pie gets a hold of one and is disgusted by the smell. However, she quickly formulates a plan. Pinkie Pie loudly to Rarity. Excuse me, miss, isn't that smell just vile? Rarity. Are we standing near an old dirt pile? Pinkie Pie. Must be standing near an old dirt pile. Other ponies take note of the smell and also become disgusted. A few even more notice several worms. Spike, panicking, attempts to distract the customers. Buy the amazing Trixie's magical cupcakes. It's wonderfully baked. Trixie swears. Try these baked goods. When they see it's not fake, you'll certainly have your take. Of the mares, would you try a box, sir? Pinkie Pie to Snips. Excuse me, Snips, do these look like chips? Rarity. These look like, oh. Pinkie Pie. They're chips with worms. Spike. See the amazing Trixie's magic cupcake. Won't give you a headache, it's so good, only Trixie's. Is the stuff you should take. It'll make your mind quake, and it should. Trust the amazing Trixie's magical cupcake. Every one she will make is a gift. Just the amazing Trixie's magical cupcake will help you for your sake. Customers.
What about the money?
Spike. This must be a mistake. Customers.
What about the money? Tell us, where is this Trixie? Go and get your Trixie.
Spike and customers. Tell the pony who bakes.
What about the money?
Trixie's magical cupcakes.
Tell us where's this Trixie.
If your faith starts to shake. Spike. Just let Trixie help you with a moustache. Pinkie Pie. Do not give him your cash, for this is baked bad. Spike. Yes, just try Trixie's. It'll be delicious, and it's oh so scrumptious. Rarity. What a cad! The doors of the wagon fly open, revealing an angry-looking blue unicorn in an extravagant costume. She glances over the crowd, searching for the cause of the disruption. Trixie. The great and powerful Trixie, princess of bakers, baker for princesses, shall not grace all of you with song from her lips. And I, the great Trixie, immediately demand that some pony tell me who has the nerve to say my cupcakes are but chips. Who gives me these ribs? Pinkie Pie steps forward. That be me, I'm Pinkie Pie, confectioner of Sweet Street. And it is I who say that your cupcakes are nothing but chips and worms. In a lower voice. With some soda and lemon juice thrown in too. The crowd gasps at Pinkie's bold statement. Before Trixie can answer her claim, she continues. Pinkie Pie. And great and powerful Trixie, I may not have served any princesses, at least not that I remember, but I'll bet I can bake a treat 63.7% tastier than any run-of-the-mill baker. She opens the bag she's been carrying and pulls out her fanciest baking utensils. The crowd gasps in awe and give a few suspicious looks at the hacksaw. Pinkie Pie. Wow, I didn't think you guys like these so much. Rarity. They're the best in Equestria. Pinkie Pie. How's about you and I have a little competition? My tools against 5 of your bits. How about them apples? Applejack, shopping at another stall, perks up. Huh? Apples? Applejack turns back to shopping, not seeing Pinkie Pie and the rest of the crowd. Meanwhile, the rest of the crowd talk amongst themselves, wondering whether Trixie is brave enough to accept the challenge. Trixie.
Of course I'll accept your petty challenge. I, the great and powerful Trixie, am far greater than any— Rarity. Oh, she's not really going to say it. Trixie. Naysayers here. Spike? Pinkie Pie. Okie dokie loki. Any pony for free cupcakes? Two ponies licking their chops at the thought of free food step up from the audience and sit in chairs brought out by Spike. Two additional ponies, a rather tall stallion and a slightly chubby mare, also step up with bags. Mrs. Cake. And we'd be happy to provide the ingredients, wouldn't we, sweetie? Mr. Cake. But yes, dear. Mrs. Cake. Oh, come on. Sarcastically. It's not like Sugar Cube Corner closed down or anything. Pinkie Pie. Great! Would Rainbow Dash be the judge? Rainbow Dash flies up from the crowd, basking in admiration. Rainbow Dash. Of course, always. Happy to lend a helping hoof. Pulls out a whistle. Ready? Trixie. Ready. Pinkie Pie. Ready! Rainbow Dash. The quickest made and most delicious cupcake is the winner. Blows the shrill whistle. Trixie and Pinkie Pie begin setting up their baking stations. Pinkie Pie merely wipes her instruments, while Trixie sets about measuring and pouring ingredients. The music moves quickly and sharply. Trixie. Now, signe purlu, signori, whatever that means. Just watch as our friend here careens off the stage. Sigpuldiro, signori. You happen to see a mare who has baked cupcakes for the princess. Now, Miss Pinkie whatever, this little naysayer would probably say it was just the mayor. But yes, it was the princess. To bake a cupcake of such a high grade, not a single mistake can be allowed to be made, because if you slip, you slop the mix, not easy to fix, and must be remade. Trixie looks over at Pinkie Pie, who seems happy enough to listen to Trixie singing. Her bowls and ingredients have yet to be touched. Now even more confident, Trixie becomes more concerned with putting on a show than actually baking. Trixie. To bake a cupcake, or even a tart, without the right parts, you can't even start. Not just a quick flash, it takes more than a dash of love that comes straight from your heart. Trixie mixes her ingredients together as Pinkie Pie continues watching, oblivious. Trixie. To bake a cupcake, to make muffins, to make some ice cream, taste like a good dream. This is a gift, 'twas granted straight to me by Princess Celestia. It requires a smell, it requires a taste, it requires a will to try every paste. It requires the smarts, it requires the arts. As Trixie holds her last note, Pinkie Pie gasps, and in a matter of seconds throws her ingredient into her bowl, quickly stirs and pours and shoves the mix into the oven. Almost impossibly, she pulls it right back out, revealing a large and magnificent cupcake. She shoves it into the mouth of her volunteer. He chews and swallows, and a smile beams on his face. Rainbow Dash blows her whistle. The winner is Pinkie Pie! Trixie stares in shock at Pinkie, and the crowd bursts into applause. Rarity. Well, goodness, that looked like the most delicious pastry I've ever seen. Trixie approaches and bows to Pinkie. Very well, I concede to a mightier baker than any I've ever known. Pinkie Pie. Enough talk, time is bits. Trixie. Right. Trixie retrieves 5 bits from her purse and drops them into Pinkie's hooves. Trixie. I wish you the best of luck, Mrs. Pie, a bit threateningly. You never know when you might need it. Let's be off, Spike. Spike. Huh? Now? But every pony's celebrating. Trixie lifts a sack of flour with her magic and smacks it across Spike's face, staining him with the white powder. Trixie. I said let's be off, Spike. Rarity frowns in sympathy at the sight as she walks with Pinkie Pie towards Rainbow Dash. Many ponies block their way, asking whether she owns her own shop. Snails. I'd love some of your cupcakes, Miss Pie. Do you have a candy shop? Rarity. Well, of course she does. Pinkie Pie's Caricious Confectionery. Quickly. Conveniently located above the famous Rarity's Carousel Boutique. Pinkie Pie, upon reaching Rainbow Dash.
Thank you very much, Miss Dash, for your fair judging.
Rainbow Dash, attempting horribly at modesty.
Oh, come on now. I'm always most loyal to my friends and neighbors. Now you said your own sweet shop is on Sweet Street?
Pinkie Pie,
yes, indeedy.
Rainbow Dash,
awesome. I'll be happy to drop by for one of your magnificent cupcakes before the week is out.
Pinkie Pie,
I'll be happy to serve you, and I cross my heart hope to fly stick a cupcake in my eye. Promise to guarantee you, without a bit's charge, the sweetest, most delicious cupcake you will ever know.